Hello everyone, how very good of you to join and welcome back to Foundation once again to, a city in thriving, but also a city in scarcity. So we are still not being able to get that polished stone up, nor the planks. The problem is that we have so many housing upgrades going on all the time that I'm constantly starving no matter how many people are already working in that industry. That also causes my cathedral construction to be postponed again, because I really would like to do this, but we're just not being able to get this up. What we're able to do is we're getting the food supplies up again. As of last episode, we have more hunting grounds again. I'm considering building another butcher because at this point we're, skyrocketing on the boars, and that is just not really the best outcome. We have my butcher, it's not a butcher district, right? But it's the butchers at least over here, close to that granary. I could think about having butchers also over here because there are the hunting grounds, or also on that side here, there we have another granary. So let's have a butcher here, in fact, because there's a granary, there's the hunting grounds, two of them, and let's just have that butcher right here beside my fence. Let's also make sure we keep a bit of space here right beside my storage area, my warehouses, right? Because there's another road forming then, and then we have another row of, construction possible over there. Gonna be interesting. I have no idea what that sound is that is happening all the time. It's the fourth time. There is no message or anything like that. It's probably some kind of mission. Perhaps there's a mission coming in the background, but that mission is active. I have no idea. Alright, there's another wave of immigrations. We always need to make sure that we get them in, because holy cow, we need more workforce at this point. By the way, do you have a cup of coffee already? I hope you do. It's cozy with it. And over here, we want to continue then with the butcher, and also, very important, another one that we need. That is a second bakery. Let's have this one. We could have it also here by the houses again, right? Because the bakeries do not cause them more pollution. Also here, we can just safely cut it into the court or of the garden of this house there without getting rid of this house. I love that system. Very flexible that is. We keep the main road, and we also have now a bigger building here between my glass smelter and my houses. Also makes sense to me. Combatants are approaching my village. These guys here. Oh, they would like to join. These are soldiers potentially that we can use. Now, next in line, you don't see this really. Oh, also trade improved with middle. Perfect. That's the volume going up with that. We need more farming area. It can't be avoided. Up here we have the wool. Up here we have our sheep farm. And that sheep farm is a bit too small right now. Okay. See? Here. Here. Still too small. Okay, so we don't need a second. It's still too small? Okay, there you go. Because we are starving a bit on the wool, together with basically everything else at this point. I need more farming ground. That's really the most important thing. For this, we have this area here already expanded now. This area is being chopped down still. I'm considering chopping down this area. There's a bit of hunting going on here, but it's not important, right? It's not a major hunting zone. So this area makes sense to continue chopping down. Let's move that lumber camp that we have. There's no modules for it yet, so it's easy to move. I'm gonna move it over here, and we're creating a bigger lumber camp area here, right? So I would like to have more workers. We can do that with the sewing post again. Over there, a snoring post, and definitely some depot. A big depot, please. 25 output. That's not much. Let's have two of them here, just by the mines, really. Place it all here and have then way more lumber jacks working this area. Also, let's chop. This all needs to go. We need the area. This area, let's get rid of it for hunting. It's all gonna be chopping. And I'm considering purchasing these territories here now. 1, 2. Because look at that, there's also more ground, more farming ground over there. With that, we can also expand the hunting now further over here, while continuing chopping over here. It all needs to go. Sleepy Hollow still needs to grow, and we need the space. I'm also considering getting rid of this area here. We have the hunting, no doubt. That's important. There's my lumber camp. It's the only area that makes sense to me to continue the growth, right? So we have the forester. I'm stopping now reforestation of this area here. This all needs to be cleared. Let's go with all the way here for now, right? So this is all getting reforested. That's okay. And at the same time, for the hunting, we are also going to cut it back. Look at that. There's barely any hunting here anyway. This one. This can stay. This. And probably also stopping here. That's gonna be a lot of additional space. And let's also cut it here. Fine. Then we have another forester camp. It's this one. Get rid of that further, right? So we want to make a nice big area here for the farming. The hunter huts, they will just move one step back there. I don't need to move the camps though, right? So they just walk either way. Banquet negotiations. The Abbas delegate hopes to discuss business with the merchants over the final meal. He was wondering if you had any suggestions. We could take care. Buy yourself the best our lands can offer. It's on me. 20% visitor bonus happiness. And here we have an 80% chance the trade routes delegates are disgusted by that. Okay, let's buy a positive outcome here. 20% boost. Visitors. The merchants are impressed. We have 30 jewelry at this point. Still enough gems. That's great. And I hope we are already selling them on the market. Nope, we don't have enough market tenders for all of this. Let's assign a bunch of them in addition. And I think at this point we could also get rid of one of the smaller markets here. Right, so this one here probably we could delete. Oh, wait a second. Can I take the whole thing? No. This one we can delete. That was the common wares shop. This is the common clothes shop. And this is the fish shop. And with that we have a bit more space over here again. Yeah, we could have another house here. Another residential zone. Perhaps it grows. We'll just see. It's tight, but it's possible theoretically. And the same applies to this area here. Just a bit more. Mission was successful. It's just a level 1 mission though. They're coming back. Okay, for that, we do have the workforce though. So all the market tenders are now in. Very good. So everybody should basically attend now something here. I can still get some more transporters in because we need that. We also have now a full swordsman company with the unemployed soldiers and another archer. Very good. That's a lot of additional soldiers. There we have them. They are still training though. They don't have the swords yet. They don't have enough training, so their might is 0. But I would like to then... Can we have several of these companies coming together with one mission? I don't think so. Okay, we also want to improve now here our farming area. And for this, I love once again how flexible the game is. So I'm going to select this one here. And we can just get rid of our area here, right? Of the cows. And then we just move them over here until it's adequately sized again. And if you don't click on that, you don't even notice that, right? So it's the same massive cow field that we have up here. And it just depends on what kind of dairy farm we select. Let's also get rid of this one. And we just, once again, also move it here a bit further away. This is though really far away, so up here as well we can have it. There you go. And with that, we can now assign 2 more people to this wheat farm here. And also expand its fields until it is adequately sized once again. We can also do the same thing for this one. I still have 1 more. There you go. And here is still plenty of space as well for more fields just along the rocks that we have there. But we need more grain. That's pretty important for now. We can also upgrade a few more monks once again, especially my beekeepers. Its wax is so important. Also copies. That just always boosts us to have more books then. So let's go ahead with 2 of them. And then also beekeepers, 2 of them. So that is probably a threshold or something. There it is. We are now a convent. And we could have now the title of brother if I want to. So here we can actually choose it. Sleepy Hollow, Convent. We could also say a city. I think that is the most fitting title for us at the moment. Okay, in order to prepare the big cathedral that we want to have in the center here, we do need to have a quick look at progression again, because the building I want to place there is the monastic abbatial church. Now, to my understanding, and we'll just see if that is really totally true, but to my understanding so far, we don't need to have this one attached to the monastery and can also have it as a separate building. And with that, I would like to have it then outside here in the city, outside of the monastery, because the monastery also has a chapel, right? And this chapel is being attended by also normal villagers. They're going back and forth here, right? It's not just the monks, it's also normal people entering the monastery, going in and attending the church in here, right? So you can have this one working for civilians and for monks alike. So the big church, of course, should also work like that. Now, if we want to go all the way down here, we're going to still need a lot of clergy splendor. That is 300 in total. How many do we have? 62. Oh no. So we have a bit of work ahead of us. One thing is going to help us is the clergy splendor package. This one we can unlock right away. And this one is designed to give you more clergy points. We also have this one over here, by the way, for the laborer. We've already unlocked it down the road, I think, somewhere here. There it is, the tier 2 decoration for the splendor points, right? And all the way down here, we also had this one, the tavern splendor package points for the labor splendor, right? So while we're here, let's also just unlock this one right away. Now, that's a lot of constructions we have to do again. However, the church is not profiting from that so far, right? It's already at its limit, and with ornaments, it's not going to raise its limit. So what we need to do in the meantime, ad hoc, is adding some additional structures here so that the church has a few more people that can attend. And I would like to do this by having these chapels here in the back. So having them here doesn't look so bad, right? So you can have this one here. 1, right? This adds a bit of capacity. 2, this adds a bit of capacity. And we could also have, let's just check it out, 1 major one here, right? Doesn't look super bad. Like, it's not looking pretty. I think we are still going to increase the size of some of those structures too. Right, so that my church here to the back, there you go. This is looking better now because it looks like this one's following the other one. Going up a bit further or going like this. I think we're going like this because that merges with the roof then much better. In addition, I would also like to increase the size of the central ship, right? And of the side ones here. I think we need to do it 2 times, 3 times even. 3 times is also fine to further raise their capacity. There you go. Doesn't change that much with the look per se, right? It just gets more bulky, the whole thing. That's fine. The towers are still standing. This gives me a capacity increase of 63 for basically nothing, right? So the resource cost here is negligible. It's not the total one though. Let's apply the changes and continue with the expansion of our wooden church. It's a tiny expansion, but it's one where we are going to profit with more people that we can service in the meantime, right? Because it's still gonna take some time before I go for Cathedral. Now, next in line, we're going up to the monastery again, because the monastery has received now these splendor decorations, right? And these give you a lot of splendor points. Like one of them is 4, the gargoyle is 2, the modest stone shrine is 3, and the stained glass is 8. And we do have 50 glass, so we can build a couple of them as well. So with that, we should easily make it possible to build something up here. Unfortunately, the cloister does not give me that, because we're going to need a lot of these. That's a pity. What can you do about it? So this is cloister decoration. All the way over here to, yeah, the ground fountain with its 12 points. You can have a sheep statue. Why would anyone have a sheep statue in a monastery? I have no idea. Celebrating the sheep of Sleepy Hollow. For now though, we could go with, yeah, some smaller things, right? Like a fountain that we can have. And funnily enough, we cannot have this one in the cloister garden as long as the cloister garden hasn't been finished yet. So nothing I can do about that, but we can still add way more of these smaller ones. This one actually only costs me money. Even better. Because holy cow, we need a lot of it. So what I would like to do is, first of all, the The chapel here is getting its appropriate ornaments. No idea why I cannot do this. We have the clicks here, but I cannot add anything on top of it. I should be able to though. There it is. And we definitely will need to turn this one. There you go. Then you have a gargoyle up here somewhere. No, I like gargoyles. They should be there, but you cannot attach them, unfortunately. There it's possible, but it's not visible. Ah, perfect. This is nice. Oh yeah. There you go. Also a little fountain right here, just beside the chapel, gives me some points. And then we have some of those benches here where people can enjoy the day, sitting around. That is my monks. Okay, and with a bunch of them, look at that, we are already getting 60 points in addition. That's gonna help me quite a bit, just with a few of these ornaments. And most of them only cost me a bit of money. They aren't even that bad on that side here. And then, if I'm looking at my monk dorm, you also still have lots of these. Perhaps the gargoyle up here. Oh, yep. Have two up there. We also have some crosses. This is already a +5. You could have then those windows, but I rather not waste my glass on that. A little shrine perhaps on the side. Here. Flanked by and perhaps also a tree over here. That's another 14 points. Quite honestly, I like the sheep statue. Let's have it. Doesn't cost me that much. It's there for a reason. Let's go ahead and get us the sheep out there. We could even have a smaller cemetery. And that's another 47, 46. So we can add in addition of that. We already have half of what we need. In addition, we unlock the tier 3 clergy privileges now with that, and also the monastery modest architecture that gives me some additional options. Yeah. Let's get this one for the points that we have. The privileges we can also use right away. We should be doing that. So the upkeep reduction of 25% is usually something I really like. We can also say that the monastic food need satisfaction lasts 25% longer. But let's go with the upkeep reduction for every monastic building. The church already has been upgraded and we have now 183 attendance capacity, which is also quickly filling up again. With just a few more points, also Kingdom Tier 3 we have, and with that we can also have the Tier 3 Kingdom privileges unlocked that I would like to go for. Check it out what these have in store for us. There you go. And pretty sure we also have, I mean the upgrade we use already. So if deploy a company on a military mission, taxation accumulation speed is what? Is increased by 50%. Right? For every 5 territories you purchase now. If a knight dies during a military mission, a new one immigrates to your village. Also not bad. I think I'm going with the tax accumulation. That sounds pretty neat. If we start a mission, we're getting a lot of them in addition. So there we have, for example, 5 swordsmen ready for battle. Right, from the Beast Begone mission. That's the next hardest one, by the way. Let's send them out. I'm getting a bit more taxes in now while they're being deployed. We can also add these banners here, and they add a lot of points over time. They do cost though a lot of money, so with that we're at 400 coin now, but we have unlocked labor tier 5, which is the highest tier, right? And there is now the city belfry in reach. Also smithing taxes, so smiths have to pay extra taxes. The same goes with the tavern taxes. And at some point I'm probably getting taxed for every piece of breather every single person does per second. That would be amazing too. Or we could even tax the air itself. Let's think about that. Now we are a bit low on money, especially considering that the territory upkeep is just super high at this point. Let's increase taxation. We have a very happy population. I could also think about something that I haven't done in a while, and that is a levy. How much would we get? We have 1,000 coin immediately. for 30%. Let's go ahead and do this. That's a huge income of money, and of course we do lose a bit of happiness for a while, but nothing too severe. Now regarding my bread, it's low. Wheat is also low. We just had a harvest, so this is why wheat is up again, but generally speaking, as we can see, it's very low. We need more. We have a bit more space over here, right? So these farms are fully equipped, so unfortunately I will need to build another one, again a wheat farm, and we're gonna have this one again somewhere here. We could also just have it on the field, like here, cutting in a bit. That's totally fine. And then I would also like to have a tooling shop or tooling shack for the workers, right? And probably also a wheat barn for output storage over here. And with that, we have another one with more builders again. That would be 5 builders. Oh, we can have another one. Let's have 2. Right, because with that we have even more, but that's the limit now. This area is also looking better now. So we do have the lumber camp. This one we can move a bit further up here now, where it continues to chop the trees. The same goes with this lumber camp here, but this one's full on wood right now. That is okay. So we hopefully get a mission again soon where we can do that. Then we have our hunters. I'm also gonna move them a bit further away now, probably also somewhere here along my sheep farm. So the whole camp basically now moves over here, because this is now a new arable land for us, right? Agricultural land. This is my reforestation plant, and then we have also the berry collector right here. Probably still gonna move them around a few times. There is my stonecutter camp area that we have upgraded. This one, by the way, is empty, right? So this one we can delete, and we will, because this one's enough, right? There's plenty of room. Let's have 2 more people here to get even more polished stone. We're gonna need it. That's already fine. Unfortunately, and this is really something I just don't understand, why we cannot move everything at once. There is just no option for me to do this here. No shortcut, nothing. It's a bit of a pity, because it's not that easy then moving all of this. Doesn't matter for now. There's gonna be another grain farm now that we have then just here, together with, once again, its shacks. So I'm gonna have a shack here and 2 of these worker shacks right here. Probably also on that side. There you go. And in addition, we also will need another windmill. So I will also have this windmill then just here by the sheep farm. That's looking very idyllic, having this one then here. Of course, one of them will probably miss some space now. No, they're still all adequately sized. Perfect. With that and that's 2 additional wheat farms plus an our flour processing unit. We already have a bakery that I've built, right? So we have already 2 bakeries now. This one, that's the butcher, and there was the other baker, but this is always empty on flour, so that's really I don't have right now. Okay, this looks good. Host the monks with 80% approval rating. The royal company is going to be successful, 99%. We now just wait for these monks to arrive. Okay, so that's then here. Farm wise, I'm probably now moving them over here. So we already ordered the cutting of this area, right? It just depends now how much wood we have in stock, because obviously we cannot cut if we're full on wood, right? So this is the main culprit right now, which is fine. It's kind of like a controlled cut of the forest here. So that's here. This one continues to be cut as well. There shouldn't be any... reforestation is here right now, so this all can be wheat farm. Should be enough for a while again. I hope so, at least. Another sheep farm is probably needed. And... oh yeah, I totally forgot about milk too. Gosh, that's just a lot that you need. So up here, we still have the ability to build me another dairy farm. So we have one here. Right, so just along that road. Gonna have another one. So far so realistic, right? I like this. So people have to go through all my farmland first. Might also consider chopping away this area. How is it looking here? This still needs some chopping. So this is still my lumber camp. That is working. But of course it's never really enough. Finally, there is then also the new field, so we can now have this whole area going over here then as well. We're starting with 2. It's too large, of course, but there's going to be more down the road. We need way more workforce just for the farms at this point. So I'm considering... we can't afford that. We don't have the coin for welcoming 5 additional ones. I need to rely on natural immigration. Of course, I could also just reduce the workforce in lumber camp huts. Because let's face it, I don't need that many. I might not even need 2 quartz miners at this point. Might not even need so many stone miners, so I'm gonna reduce this a bit. Also here, another cutter down. So with that, we have plenty of additional workforce. Plus 2 more people coming in. Right, because here, this one's also coming to an end now. There you go. Now we can also start painting the crop fields here then. Starting in the back of it. Holy cow, this is still too large really for 5 farmers? Glad to see that. Also still too large. I'm also glad to see that. Too large is fine, right? It should still totally fine because they're just going to use the area that they have. These here are full on wheat though. There was a pretty big harvest it seems. We have wheat assigned hopefully. Any one of these. I could assign it to the granary so people actually take it. And I have a feeling we're going to need more granaries. So I'm going to have another granary just here. And I would also like to have another granary on the other side now. Here. Somewhere along this road here. Just by the windmill. And lo and behold, also up here, dairy farm. Can assign 2 dairy farmers for now. Gonna make sure that we're using all of this space. And we could even squeeze in another one here. Of course, adding more and more ornaments and stuff like that to the monastery helps me too. Costs me a bit of stone though, so it's not all free. But we are pushing with that towards 270 now after this has been built. And we can do the same thing on the other side of this one. We still also don't have towers here. That might work out as well. Wait a second. This is the scriptorium. Let's just check it out because we have now these new ornaments here. So that is the bell tower. That is huge, by the way. Does it have? Yeah, it has 2 points. It's not dramatic, right? I'd rather have a normal tower there. Make it symmetrical to this side. Right, so we have that tower here going up now. Oh boy, is it the same height? It's the same height, right? So that we have this on that side. And then we have these smaller ornaments here again, the modest buttress tiled. So this one here, just around the monastery, gives me a lot of points, 3 for each. And then also a buttress standing that we can have then here just by that tower as well. And with another batch of ornaments, we are breaching now 300 once this construction here has been finished, hopefully. There you go, and clergy tier 5 has been unlocked with that. Look at that, all the way down here. We can now unlock the monastic abbatial church for 50 coin. Waiting for this, we're getting the influence points in here all the time. And then we can finally go for this beautiful, hopefully beautiful cathedral that I've planned. The other one is the city belfry. This needs also 50 coins. So we still need to watch out for these here. So first of all, offering bread. Okay, this is one of those events, but we would need to offer herbs and berries. We don't have we don't have any of that really in stock right now. So this quest we cannot do, unfortunately. Now quick look at the bailiff here. If we can do something, so we can promote more of my villagers. We can improve the trade routes. Unfortunately, there's nothing really I can do here to get more points quickly. It's all about those missions. That means, oh yeah, we're looking very good now on wheat, so I can have this windmill here also now fully working. We'll just see how high the flour goes. There's also the next granary here. Let's assign 2 people to that. They can also store now the wheat, the flour, and the bread. That's basically what we have here in stock. Also, berries are close by This is something we should add. And also jury here, yeah, it might be fine too. We still have lots of room for herbs, by the way, right? Lots of monks that we could employ. Space-wise, we still have room for some additional monks, but not a lot. We're generating also money here. There's also donations in the form of cheese coming in. Thank you very much for this. Having 4 cooks, is that necessary? Let's unassign 2 of them. Hopefully they're going over here to my herbalist, so we can probably take them here and just move them over. So far so good. We continue to grow. We have unlocked tier 5 privileges now, and we can now fully prepare our monument construction. And also we should stabilize our economy further. Stay tuned.